government is trying to incorporate the youth. First, we need to declare who are the youth. You see, the United Nations actually tried or made an attempt to set a bracket, an age bracket for those that can be considered to be youths relative to different states. And it was set as 15 years old to 24 years old. When they use the word youth for people in this country, it's as if we will never outgrow being youth. And also, I also need to reference what you said about the First Republic, and I will be referencing it from the perspective of the way the ideology that made Nigeria what it is today. You see, some countries are founded based on ideas, like the United States of America. Some countries are founded based on religion. Well, for those who want to argue, Nigeria is founded on an ideology, and I will prove that. The first anthem we had in this country, where we basically hailed Nigeria. We had in Nigeria, we hailed it, and we declare the sovereignty of the motherland and an ideology to honor this motherland in service and in battle. Obviously, that anthem lasted from 1960 to 1978, where the new anthem was now adopted. That is the current Arise All Compatriots. You see, the consistency of service, because if we look at what we had in the first one, which was obviously prepared by a British national living in Nigeria, that's the anthem we have from 1960 to 1978, and you look at the second one, the Arise O Compatriot, that was adopted from 1978 till date, you will notice the only element that remained consistent between those two anthems is what we call service, the call for Nigerians to serve, and the call for the young youth in Nigeria to serve. Let's not argue about the context of battle, which was an element programmed into the initial option we had as a country in the first anthem, and now we have love, strength, and faith. You see, let's not deceive ourselves. What we are experiencing now is what myself consider a generational genocide. A generational genocide where the youth will remain youth. You will continue to be a youth whether you are 40. And we start to be corrected. By the time we are 50 years old, 60 years old, they will still be calling us youth, because we have this class of political showmanship. We have this class of powerful men who have designed a system where the young Nigerian would rather choose the option of flight than fight. They would rather japa than serve. The truth is, what's going on in this country, it's a disaster. You see, there used to be a time where our university system in this country were rock solid. So you said they all came in with foreign education. Well, we had an ideology built into the foundation of the Nigerian university system. You had men that went to school and the school went through them. You see, there was a system in place. And what we have now is a generation that have refused to give way. It's a generation that have refused to give way for service. You see, in the new anthem, I need to emphasize love, strength, and faith, and the concept of the young Nigerians to be able to know the truth as a prayer in the second stanza of the current anthem. You see, today we know what the love is all about. We don't love each other any longer. There is no faith in Nigeria. In Nigerian graduate today, we're rather going to put his faith in the United States Constitution, we put his faith in Canada, in the United Kingdom, and serve them. Serve Nigeria. So when they say potentials, I stand to be corrected. For every 10 men in the north that has potential, there's also another 10 men in the east that have the same potential. For every 10 men in the south that have the potential, there's also another 10 men in the west that has potential. The problem with Nigeria is not the potential. We have it everywhere. It's the capacity to make way for these young, dynamic, intelligent Nigerians to serve. That's the problem we have. I disagree with this whole giving us peanuts to eat so that their children can rule over the generation. It's a generational genocide going on, sir.
Okay, so as you said,